Roughrider news, got the brighter views, got the inside looks and the interviews. Every student better watch us, always moving, never stop us. One of the greatest, like a goddess, like a balloon, you'll never pop us. Everybody wanna get a love to us, ain't nobody ready for the package up. One of the greatest stations, we made it, don't ever hate it, don't stage it, cause we created the famous display of greatness. Superb, common display is the eagle, huge bird, yeah. Watch it in advisory, watch it in the library. This should be your primary amazing news source. Going to the school course, understand the news sports. Every Wednesday 2-4 in a month. Brighter sun, here we are and here we come. Yeti go, Yeti flow, everything that you should know. My name's Recharge, now you've seen that. Everything that you know, we mean that. Brighter crew, tighter screw, that's what we call Rider News.
Greetings, Roughriders, and welcome back to another year here at Port Angeles High School. Although this year may look and feel different from any other, all of us here at Rider News are going to help you stay connected and be in the loop with stuff around campus. It's important to stay connected, especially while we are so far apart. I'm Jason Gladfelter, and today is Thursday, September 3rd, your first day of the 2020-2021 school year. Over the summer, all sorts of information was given to public officials and parents and guardians, discussing a plan about this school year, and there were a lot of them. But we decided to cut through that nonsense and go directly to the source on how this school year will work. No, I'm not talking about your advisor, who should be reaching out to you and your folks over the next couple of days. I'm speaking about our principal, the man himself, Mr. Clark, who's been working tirelessly all summer to get it all figured out. And he decided to share some very important information about what this school year will hold.
A lot of things are different from last spring based on the feedback that we got from how things went last spring. And so we've split the semester in half. Students only take periods advisory 1, 2, 3 for the first 9 weeks, ending the first week in November. And then the second half of the semester, they'll take their other classes that are in their schedule for periods 4 through 7. Students will have 2 Google Meet sessions with their teachers per day on Monday, Tuesday, Thursday, and Friday. None on Wednesday, although teachers will have office hours Wednesday afternoon when they can be reached to answer questions or provide support. And so this will be the schedule for remote learning, and we will be in remote learning until the case count comes down, and then the plan as described on the school district webpage is to, if the case count comes down low enough, to start bringing students back in a phased approach, starting with the lower grades, K through 3, and then the elementary grades, and then middle and secondary later. So we'll see how it goes. If we get to the point where we can come back, we'll then be in the AB hybrid. So the student body will be divided in half essentially. So some students will be A students and some students will be B students, and A students will come on Monday and Thursday, and B students would come on Tuesday and Friday. And then it's a hybrid because it would combine remote learning with those 2 days a week in person. Well, the main effort that teachers are putting in to try to accommodate the circumstances on the situation is for classes that have a hands-on component, like especially, think wood shop, machining, some of the ROTC activities like drill and marksmanship. So the CTE, Career and Tech Ed department, is working to develop a plan whereby students could be brought on campus to work on some of these things on a scheduled basis in groups of 5 with social distancing and masks. So stay tuned for that.
Thank you, Mr. Clark, for setting the record straight. Even though we now know how things are going to roll out, I'm sure there'll be plenty of chaos during this first week or two while everyone gets on the same page. Remember, students, make sure you have access to all your Google Classroom for each period. This will serve as the main hub for assignments. While classes are on the very top of everyone's mind, there are plenty of programs on campus that have been scrambling to serve you with opportunities this year. NJRTC is still planning to conduct part of their program in person. CTE labs in wood shop, machine shop, medical careers, auto body, and more are being proposed. And even the Thespian Society is gearing up for a fall production that will be live streamed. I applaud all the creative thinking to get us students the experience and activities we love. And speaking about activities we love, our athletics department has been working and shuffling sports around to deal with this pandemic. I even heard that the WIAA is preparing to add esports as an official sport. We sent a news team to find out all the latest info about the sports teams. Now, go check it out.
Hello, I'm Dwayne Johnson, Athletic Director here at Port Angeles School District. How you doing today? We have gone ahead and changed our calendaring system. Okay, so we've gone from a traditional 3-sport season to a 4-point season. So right now we're looking at December 28th as our first WIAA season to get things rolling. They're going to be on a pause right now until December. Right now our league and the WIAA has stated that we would move everybody back, okay, to that December start date. Have you back up about 2 steps, and I'm going to show you this binder that we've used over the summer. And this is our guidance right here that we've had to use with all of our sports teams to have access to our facilities. So we have uncommon work that we've been doing. I'm excited. I'm excited about the opportunity that we have to provide that for our student athletes.
A huge shout out to our athletics director, Mr. Johnson, and everyone who has worked so hard to get our sports going again. I can't wait for these restrictions to be lifted so I can cheer on our Roughrider team again. But let's not forget about our amazing orchestra led by Mr. Rodahl. He has also been hard at work lining up performance opportunities and has even worked with members over the summer to keep the music alive. We were able to catch a small socially distanced performance a couple of weekends ago and are excited to bring you this next segment.
Hi, I'm Mr. Rodahl. I'm the orchestra teacher here at Port Angeles High School. There's still some uncertainty going on, but I can tell you what our options are. So one of the things that we're hoping to do is to get one of a couple of different online resources that the music teachers are looking into. And we worked with 2 programs last spring, and it seemed like while they were useful, they didn't really help us engage with each other. So we're hoping to find an online resource where we can work with each other, and one of those is called Upbeat Music, if you want to look it up on YouTube. And there's a couple other choices that we might go with that are very similar, where we can meet and rehearse together, and so that when it comes time for performance, that we could actually put something together that way. Ideally, we have asked for permission to meet in small groups of 4 or 5 to do small rehearsals and maybe even performances in that format out in the auditorium. So the orchestra teachers got together with our retired colleague, Phil Morganellis, who you may know, and we just we wanted to work through what would it look like to have an in-person meeting with no more than 5 people. And so we picked out some music, 2 tunes that concert orchestra and symphonic played last year, and then 1 tune of our own choice from Schubert Quintet, and put together a small performance over a couple of different rehearsals to see what is it like to play with a mask on. And it's not all that bad. It's not the most comfortable thing in the world, but it didn't get in the way of us playing, and we spaced ourselves out plenty. And it was a lot of fun to make music with other humans again. And if we get the approval for our students to meet and play like that, it could be a viable option for our performances after we do some online lessons and group lessons. As much as possible, I want to set it up so that the transition is as smooth as possible for the kids. If I can say as possible like 5 more times, maybe I'll hit the mark. Since we're doing a lot of work online, we're going to be doing some individual and group lessons. We're going to bring in some experts from colleges and universities and professionals to like specifically work with cellos or specifically work with basses or violas or violins, and we'll continue to do that kind of work, whatever the school looks like throughout the year. But then some of those online rehearsals with just groups of 4 or 5, maybe that's in person, and hopefully we can get it up to 15 or so, which was a number that we kicked around at one point. And it might mean meeting in the auditorium, which isn't so bad because that's the space we perform in. But unlike band and choir, we don't have to move air around to play in orchestra. So we're a little bit at an advantage that we don't have to worry so much about the dispersal of aerosols. So I think we might be in a better place to start doing performances sooner. And I look forward to being able to make music in a group as soon as we can, but not until it's safe. And we'll find a way to make meaningful musical experiences until that point.
Thank you, Mr. Rodahl, for showing us the music and with all of us, especially during the chaos of the COVID-19 pandemic. With all the crazy online schedule, our news teams are trying to bring all of the latest info right to your computer screen. So you don't want to miss out on anything. That's why you should subscribe to the Port Angeles High School YouTube channel, so you can watch every episode of Rider News. There's also plenty of other content on the channel, so be sure to check it out. And he has a lot of important information to give to us right now in this next passage. There is definitely a bug in my nose. Greetings, Roughriders, and welcome back to another Port High School. This feels like good old Rider News already. I can't even remember it. Right to your computer screen, so don't miss out on anything. Taurus. I have a Taurus.
Yeah, look.
I have that car.
It's a Taurus.